Hi, everyone. I am Kim Kelly, the CEO and co-founder of Pepelwerk. We are on Vodcast number 8, and today we're talking about artificial intelligence and STEM education. If you have not actually been following all of our amazing content about what we're doing to help people evolve with work, like, share, subscribe, because that's your attention is how we know we're talking about things that matter to our audience. Now, today's conversation will probably be most informative for somebody who is interested in what's going on in the education space, how people are learning differently, or maybe you're a parent or a teacher yourself. The reason why I want to make that disclaimer is because STEM and how it's being used, or maybe even as a parent, to be honest with you, because I kind of want to know how my kids are learning when I send them off to school, regardless of what age or which school. What STEM is and its connection to artificial intelligence, you might want to know because you can ask questions about what's happening in your local school, your personal school, or even how you think of what learning is throughout the lifetime of learning. The first thing to talk about is what is STEM? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, education. It's the core curriculum, so to speak, about what actually a human being should learn to excel in science, excel in technology, excel in engineering, excel in mathematics. Well, of course, if you've been in any of those kind of courses, you know that they're kind of connected. So using artificial intelligence to actually enhance the absorption of the information, so how much am I retaining, learning, and then how am I applying it, but also personalizing it is the most I think important use case for us in terms of how we're using AI to just educate better, differently, personalized. Okay, so this is an article from the Princeton Review, and the Princeton Review is a fairly reputable content site, and they do talk a lot about what's happening in the formal education space as well as the informal education space. What I mean is informal is like your for-profit or private schools that have nothing to do with the federal or state school system. Public schools are those that have to do with the federal and state public school system. But if you're in education or if you're just a teacher, this information is important to you. Or even if you're a corporation and you want to do different learning opportunities for your employees, or maybe you're thinking you just want to train people and forget the whole middle person of education. I don't know. But what's happening in terms of how we learn and the tools available to us, that's really what we want to have the conversation about. So changing the way students learn has to do with and how AI is used is making education personal, making it adaptive, and also applying virtual and augmented reality components to how we visualize and absorb information. So the reason why I want to break down those three in terms of how AI is used for education, it's not just for education. Is just like what we do with Pepelwerk for our organizations on the Work Hub, where our job is to help you get ahead of the future for delivering better value for the people and communities and customers that you serve. And the same thing with our People app for individuals and young adults just launching. It's about making your life journey, your work journey, what you're doing as a business leader, what you're doing, how you're going to apply education, or making it responsive to what's really happening in your life, because we know one size doesn't fit all, and that's especially true for learning. So adaptive means that I am learning, the adaptive assessments part to it means that I am taking a assessment and then confirming a certain level of understanding, comprehension. And even though I may understand something at a different rate than somebody else, the technology will be able to say, well, Susie learned this proficiency or demonstrated a comprehension differently. So we'll move Susie up in this direction. And then Bob understood these things well, and we'll move Bob up in this direction. That's amazing. That's basically having a personalized learning journey just because of AI technology. Now, what is virtual and augmented reality? Virtual and augmented reality are two separate things. Augmented reality means that we're taking something that's happening in reality, in real time, and we're applying various scenarios virtually or digitally to that. virtual reality is it's all fake. It's all part of a scheme, a skit, a game. And if you've done anything within a metaverse, or if you've done anything within Google Goggles, you'll see the distinction between AR and VR. Or maybe you're our preferred customer and you've gotten one of our box VRs. And so you know the difference between augmented reality, meaning it's in my realistic space. And so I'm using some digital tool to give me different scenarios so I can move with those scenarios and learn what to do in those scenarios. And then obviously virtual is it's all fake. You're learning as you go along based on what the software is telling you to do next. Now we know that according to Princeton Review, it's kind of Captain Obvious. We have known for hundreds and hundreds of years, but now we're finally able to apply what human beings smarter than us for a long, long time have known about the human experience. The more that you can make the journey personal in developing the brain, the higher chance that somebody has of being successful and reaching their goals. So while pepelwerk is not an educator, and our job is to connect people to education that makes sense based on their work, earn, learning, and connecting goals, that personalized and what is it called? Adaptive experience is really what comes together to make something pretty amazing. The other article that talks about the application of AI technologies in STEM is much more scientific. So if you are looking for like the geek out side of why this works and doesn't work and how AI can be used to improve the intelligence factor. So this is intelligence quotient, not the same as being able to evaluate your emotional intelligence. Your emotional quotient, your IQ, is how much of a complex problem or scenario can your brain solve, or how you see things to solve a problem accurately or reasonably. Now, I'm not going to geek out on this article. I just wanted you to know that you have two sides of the conversation for why and how artificial intelligence should be used in education or building your knowledge, the benefits of it, and then see the scientific evidence of why AI can be your friend, not your foe. This should be like this amazing tool for teachers who really are passionate about people developing their knowledge, and parents who want their children to be successful without feeling the pressures of trying to work in one major, peanut butter spread way of approaching education and how they learn. Great resources, great use of technology. And in fact, I will tell you that there are over 150,000 new innovations being applied to how people are learning every day. So that's your hardware, it's your software, it's how we're actually learning to teach and communicate to each other to develop the knowledge we need to reach our work, earn, learn, and connecting goals. So don't be afraid of AI. It can help you become the best version of yourself.